All right, everybody, we're back. Me, Zach, Rick. Like for a split second, I forgot your name. Uh,
Mhm.
so, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I was browsing something while you're doing your
Listen,
intro. Damn.
yeah, bro, pay attention.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker, ignorant. At least put some contacts on when you doing it. I can
Unprofessional.
see your glasses. You
Here, I
obviously
got a
not
better
paying
idea.
attention.
I left them in. I left my other pair of
Dude,
glasses.
Terrible,
that's
terrible. Since I gotta work with people,
real bad
please
luck.
give me money so I can. Please give me money so I can hire somebody else. All right, so so today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about an interesting conversation we might have touched on before, and it's kind of been given a different name in recent years, and it's this phase of getting to know someone as far as like a romantic interaction type of thing. Um, and what I've come to learn now currently is what is being referred to as the talking stage.
Hmm.
Do you guys have a concept or even understand what that is? I really didn't know until I went down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, I've heard that from like a bunch of my friends. They'll say, I'm just talking to this dude, or I'm talking to this chick, and yeah, they're basically like casually seeing them. That's what I get from it.
Okay.
It's like the new age term for dating,
Hmm.
New age term for dating.
but it seems like more casual than anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So not like an official relationship, like a
It's like
situation type of
it's
thing,
like
or
you're interested.
Yeah.
It's like you're interested, but you're feeling each other out.
interested in filling each other out. Okay. Okay. I can see that. That's fine. I've gone through that. But I have this story from my friend who recently went through one of these situations. Um, and she was asking me for my advice. So we were going back and forth talking about something. I thought it'd be a good conversation for us. So I can get your guys' feedback as well and see what I said was right, or what anything else you can interpret from this. This is exactly how I've get the information. So um, take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, okay. All right. See if wise man David's got it today. Let's see what
Okay,
he's
let's
got
see.
for us.
Okay, so here's my friend. We're gonna call her, I don't know, Rachel. So my
Yeah.
friend Rachel, young girl, she's going through life, living her best life, whatever you want to do. I'm not, when she asks me for advice, I give her my opinion. Try not to be in a more condescending or condemning way. I understand she's young. Young people are going to do things. But she said, "I need your advice." I'm like, all right, shoot. One, I always love the cheese man. So anybody
Yeah.
come with some stories, I'm always down to hear.
Oh, yeah.
So she says, "How do I let a guy down easy? We are approaching the 3 month mark of talking, and I'm not feeling it, but I know he is." Already, to me, again, this is my first forte into this type of just thinking about it from this perspective. Um, 3 months is that a good enough time? Is that too long? Like, what do you guys think about 3 months of talking?
That's actually like the first thing that I just noticed was I think she's already overthinking it for the whole like 3 months. 3 months just isn't a long time. She shouldn't be super worried about letting him down majorly. Like 3 months, I feel like that's
Uh,
kind of, I don't know, I would say that's kind of when you move past talking and like you should be just actually dating at that point. So like
mm,
now is the time when she needs to say something, but at the same time, like 3 months isn't really anything in the span of your life, so she shouldn't worry too much about letting this guy down.
right, right, fair enough.
I don't know, man. Months is still a commitment.
Yeah,
See,
I don't
so
know,
what you're
man.
saying, like she should be concerned at 3 months then, or is
I
that
mean,
long?
I feel like 3 months is long enough to develop feelings. Yes, maybe
Hmm.
one person was afraid of taking the next step. So, I mean, especially if she's saying, this dude, he probably is. He's developed some feelings for sure. Just they either him or her weren't ready to accept or not accept necessarily, but like commit to that next step.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
guess then, and I mean, you guys might get to it farther down this conversation, but where was the dialogue then leading up to this? Like, were they having conversations about, like her feelings versus where he was at, and then, like actually trying to address it, or is this going to be
Yeah,
like,
that's
out of left
kind of where
field?
dialogue comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's one of those where like they were just, just talking the whole time, just like as like friends would do, with no kind of interest expressed. Then yeah, it should be easy to just let them down.
Right.
But if it's been an exchange of like, oh, I miss you, or I really feel for you, this and that,
hmm
then it can get pretty dicey.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, then for me personally, I'm like, okay, 3 months. Again, I hear talking. I literally think talking, like that's all they've done, type of thing at this
Mhm.
moment. So it's like, again, I think Zach, at least my initial thoughts, Zach, you got to hit the nail on the head for me. Was like, you shouldn't really care that much. Like, it shouldn't really matter. Hey, it's not working out for me. Just
See,
break it off.
that's where I beg to differ. But then again, I'm
Yeah.
speaking from a dude perspective because
The hell
I've
am I?
been. Well, I'm saying because from her,
Pretty
I'm saying
sure.
from her, she's asking for it, so maybe she sees a different perspective. But I'm speaking from a dude perspective where I've been in the realm of like where she's not feeling it, but I said some things to kind of lead on, and it ended up hurting people.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
So-
All right.
I'm just saying, and it wasn't like that long of a duration either. I'm just saying, I don't think there's really a time limit when it comes to developing feelings for anyone. I feel like you can develop hard feelings as early as a month or two because that's what you're getting, that's what you're receiving, that's what I'm sending to you are these emotions,
yeah.
and then
right.
all of a sudden I'm just taking it away. I'm just saying, there's no real time limit.
No, that's
It's
true.
kind of like for me. It's like that 3-day rule. If we're not vibing by the third date, then that's it.
Right.
It should be that way. But I've also been on the spectrum where I've prolonged something for 3 months of just the talking phase, and I ended up hurting people. And I do feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
It is a lessons learned, and maybe in this
Yeah.
situation, it's a lessons learned for her.
Fair enough. All right. So from there, okay. That's what my response was. You guys continue. Well, there's no actual easy way, but the best way is just be honest. He might try and plead with you, but you don't want to be with someone out of pity. Probably over the phone, as in a phone call, would be best because that ish is extra hard in person.
hmm
You gotta think of that.
I think that's pretty solid right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
Definitely.
definitely not through text, man. Like
That's what I was. Yeah,
text is a easy way out, but
Texas is kind of cold.
no.
text is kind of cold, but I also feel like text people like. I guess this is a debate for another time, but people like to believe that there is text tone, and sometimes text gets.
There is.
Oh.
See,
There is.
but sometimes text can be misinterpreted. Maybe
Mhm.
they're reading it a different way. Like, oh,
Yep.
maybe So
Yeah.
I feel like things can get miscued pretty damn easily. So I think you said the right stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other
Although
point
I
is,
feel like if you can do it in person, more kudos to you.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is why I said don't do it in person. A lot of guys don't want to really cry in front of a girl. If he's feeling her, this is my theory. If he's feeling her, I've kind of been in a situation personally. If he's feeling
I
her,
already knew
that
you were
much-
talking about personal experience.
Yeah.
What's up with the body
Yeah, I was like, oh.
blows? All the body blows.
As soon as David said some guys don't like to cry, I was like, oh, here comes the David personal.
I'm gonna correct that. Most guys don't want to cry or seem getting emotional in front of women. So it's just kind of a way to kind of like let him save his manhood, let him save his his own sense of just self validation type of thing. You go on the phone, start crying. Hey, I gotta go. I'll call you back. Bye. You hang up. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cold too, though. That's like, damn. Well, later.
Damn.
I tell you, that's bad, but it's 1,000 times worse if you're out somewhere and he's crying on top of you, type of thing, like, or begging you. Like, I've been in that other situation too, where I cut a girl off, and it was like she's begging me, crying, and I felt like an asshole. I felt terrible.
Yeah.
But it was like it had to be done. But it was like,
I'm not going to argue with you. It definitely is a lot harder in person, especially because you got to deal with situations like that. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
More kudos to you if you can do it
Yeah.
in person. But it's
Right.
just one of those. If you
Also-
do it in person, just explain where you stand. Don't
Mhm.
be swayed by
Yeah.
whatever they may say, even if it's out
Right.
of pity. just stay true to your word if that's really what you're going into, and then just leave.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You
Also,
got to be able to know when to walk away.
go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's probably the most difficult thing about doing it in person is you might get swayed, and it's easier for you to start like kind of having like a little bit of remorse for what you're doing if you do it in person. Like, I don't know. That being
Right.
said, I still agree with Rick. Like, if you're strong enough to do it in person, I feel like that's the most respectful way to do it is to like give some of your time to them to have that conversation. But like a phone call is okay. I feel like that's probably the way to do it. Especially like I still stand by 3 months in, a phone call is probably okay.
Right. The other thing I wanted to say, I wanted to mention, 3 months in, how really well do you know this person?
Mm-hmm.
How well they're going to take this? What
Well,
if this person
it
gets?
goes back to my original. It goes back to the context. I mean, what were they talking about within that 3 month duration? Were
Fair
they
enough.
like, getting very serious with their conversations? Was it still more on the casual side?
Right.
I mean, there's a lot that's not in the context here that we understand. For all we know,
Right.
there could have been some exchanges of like, "Man, I really miss you. I really feel for you," or it could have just been very casual.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's kind of hard to say.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's why my advice was so general here, pretty much, right? Okay. So from here, we go into that's also giving him the chance to say if it's his pride, as his cry. Also, you don't know how he's going to respond. Basically, so that's what I told you guys, what I told her. So then she responds, "We've talked and hung out a few times, and took a trip to San Diego. I wanted to give it a fair shot, but I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel the chemistry or attraction, to be honest."
Well, here's the thing, though. Now, okay, as soon as I saw that first one before you continue scrolling, I read "Trip to San Diego." I was like, it was a lot more serious probably than what it was portrayed. So
Right.
I kind of feel like at this point, she probably knew from the beginning there was no chemistry, but she kept prolonging it. That's the kind of like I've struggled with that as well, where it's kind of like I'm like, damn man, like you like try to stick onto like one thing that you think is good,
Mm-hmm.
that you're like, you know what, maybe that's what I need to keep looking at. It's just like, but then it's just not there, and then you end up hurting someone. So that's where she goofed. I get the feeling she didn't have chemistry, or was it? I mean, she even said not attracted. Attraction is pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah.
If there was no attraction from the beginning, why'd you even bother to give the guy a time or day?
Yeah, it's true. Like, you know that's a foundation to a relationship. Like, people don't really want to talk about it because people act like that's superficial, but the reality of it is, like, that's a foundational pillar of a relationship. If you're not attracted to your partner, you're never going to really, like, have that full strength love for them.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So again, so far, again, this is my first of hearing talk about this person. I don't even know his name. So I'm basically same boat as y'all are right now. All right. Okay.
Mhm.
So cool. So I respond, yeah, then it ain't gonna work. Telling him sooner rather than later to rip that band-aid off. He may ask what he did wrong. FYI, it doesn't have to be a specific thing. And for the love of all that is holy, don't suggest being friends.
Yeah, no.
I don't. No, bro, guys, girls, whoever you are, y'all, you don't like if y'all break up, stop talking, just leave it at that. Don't. Oh, we can still be friends, type of thing. That is like torture. Just torture.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's kind of like thinking about when's the best time to do it. I'm like, the best time is now. I mean, what's happening today? Go ahead, do it today. What do you guys think about that?
No, I agree. Like, sooner rather than later, for sure. She already knows what her feelings are, so like, what is she doing putting it off? I mean, you shouldn't ever be, like too busy or something to try and have that type of conversation. That's something that you owe to them because they invested just as much time in you as you invested in them. So you don't want to waste anybody's time.
Right. Fair enough. She's really nice of a person, but that might be why she's not. It's like she doesn't want to be that bad guy type of
You don't
person.
want to like hurt those feelings, and like a lot of people they kind of have that people pleaser mentality where you don't want to let somebody down, and letting someone down is a difficult thing for them to do, so they kind of shy away from it.
Yep. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I mean you pretty much nailed it on there.
So then from here we go. Yeah, I will tell him soon, which is not today. Which I did. It's his birthday this weekend, so I'll wait until after so I don't ruin it for him. But I wasn't planning on suggesting being.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, my
This
gosh.
kind of goes back to kind of like your original sentence, and then her response. Every second you wait, the more difficult it's going to be for him. The more, especially if he's more into her than she is to him, that's every second that he's falling for her more. The longer you wait, so I feel like it's like maybe if today was his birthday, maybe don't do it on his birthday.
Right.
But if it's not his birthday until like Friday, he's got a day to cool off. Then
Yeah.
he'll hang out with the boys. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
I think it's you shouldn't wait.
Should wait. I get it. Fair enough.
Like,
What do
you
think,
shouldn't.
Greg?
Shouldn't.
You should not. Should not. Right. Should
Yeah,
not.
should not wait.
Right.
It's kind of like when people say, "I'm gonna go to the gym starting Monday." Why are you waiting till Monday? Just
Yeah.
start now.
That's my off day, man. No.
gotta have a rest day. Come on,
Like
man.
why? It's just one of those like why set a date to when you're planning on doing something when if your intention's to do it anyway.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
why
Fair
wait?
Usually,
Fair
like
enough.
setting a future date is just another form of procrastination. Like she's procrastinating it because
Mhm.
she's not ready to actually do it, rip that band-aid off. But yeah, I mean, especially if it's not his actual birthday, you just do what you need to do because you're actually being nicer to him for doing it. Like you're getting that out of the way. You're not wasting any more of his time. You're not letting him have, a good birthday where he thinks he has somebody that likes him and that things are going well, just for him to be let down like the next day, next 2 days after. So
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's exactly it. Like I would hate
mhm.
to like it be my birthday and be like, yeah, I got this girl, my life is great,
Yeah,
and then the next day I get like told I'm not interested. It's like, damn.
no,
Yeah, he's gonna be mad if you end it
Right.
before the birthday, but I think he's gonna be even more mad if you do it after.
Oh yeah.
Right. Right.
Hey, nah, I would say give it like 2 days before his birthday. Get that cool down period, so that way this man can get back to the streets wherever he belongs, and she can get back to the streets wherever she may or may not belong. I don't know. I don't know you,
Right.
Rachel. I don't know you, Rachel. I just want to preface that. I don't know if you belong on the streets, but right now you got some tendencies. I don't want to hold back.
Oh goodness. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. Actually, my girlfriend put it out to me. Shout out to her. I was like, oh yeah, it's like extra worse. After,
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Like it's after the fact. You wait like a week or something. It's like you said, Rick, going through all these good feelings, and all of a sudden get the rug pulled off from under you. That's going to be extra worse. So the longer you wait, it is going to be worse. So go ahead and pull that bandit off now.
Mhm.
All right. So FYI, if you actually gone somewhere with someone, this is above the talking stage. That's what I said. That is now the dating stage, which is right before the relationship stage. It honestly would be better that you just tell them him now than to play along. Because again, that's another thing. Like the deception. Like you was at my birthday. Like we was cool,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, like so that just kind of feeds into this whole narrative that men have that like women don't communicate, which in this case she didn't want to, or she
Especially
wouldn't.
also, it makes him look like a fool. It makes him look like a fool in front of his friends because his friends are seeing her as like, oh, that's his girl. Yeah, boy.
Mhm.
But yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is pain.
Yeah.
Pain. I remember. I know you remember Rick when I brought that girl over, and like the next day we were going. Wow. I
Oh,
was
man.
like, man, I'm good now. But
Mhm.
this is
Saw her for
Liar.
like a whole whopping minute and then out of his
yeah,
life.
right.
Right.
So I would argue she didn't like me at that point. It was like, why go through this whole rigmarole? But whatever. So would you want? So I even asked her like, better to just tell him now rather than play along, make you seem fake and a liar. Would you want someone to wait and tell you? Good. You won't suggest being friends, and even if he does, just shut it down. But for both of your sakes.
Mhm.
So his response, yeah, and well, I was feeling him. But here's where we get interesting. So far, it was like, okay, he's just not feeling him, whatever case may be, whatever.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, well, I was feeling him up until that trip. I blame San Diego because after that, it went downhill for me, but it went uphill for him.
So we're missing some
Hmm.
details of the San Diego trip because
Yeah.
homeboy
Okay.
messed up. He probably messed up.
Yes, apparently. Okay,
Mhm.
this gives more context to this. Okay, so she sent to me. So yeah, after that, you gonna skip that. After that, I said, "What happened on the trip to make your feelings change?" So she goes into, well, he was kind of roasting me the whole night that we were there. Not gonna lie, and I was feeling myself that night because I actually tried to look good. I was feeling good, but he made a comment that made me feel the opposite. And once our night was over, he confessed that he doesn't really give me compliments because he doesn't want me to think that I'm too good for him, essentially. So that gave me the ick. And we talked about that before. Because damn, you gotta make me feel insecure to hide your insecurities.
Yeah, that. Damn.
Why are you being nice and waiting until after? But just rip that shit down. What are you doing, man?
I was gonna say.
That's what
He making you feel that way. Do it on his birthday, damn it. Dude, ruin that man. Send him to the streets in
Right.
the gym.
And I mean that's what they call. I think that's what they call negging. When you give like
Yeah.
a girl negative reinforcement to kind of lower her self esteem. I don't condone that. I don't
Mhm.
think that's a good idea. But it's usually only done to like one night stand scenario. I don't know why you would neg a girl and then try and date her. Like to me, it's like I've never wanted to be with somebody like or felt like in order to keep somebody around they have to feel crappy about themselves to where they only like they can't do any better than me type of thing.
Mhm.
You know, that whole mindset to me is it's kind of just weak. I've never got with a
Yeah.
girl and been like oh I have to keep her down because if she comes up she's gonna realize basically I mean I guess like I'm not what she deserves. She can get better and she's going to get better.
Yeah, screw that dude, man.
Yeah.
If that was me at that San Diego trip, I would be complimenting like, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'd be making her feel good.
I'd be like-
And then, if anything, it's more pleasing for you as a dude because you're like, damn, she's talking to me. That
Exactly. Like
Bruh.
that's how you need
Right.
to take it. You got to grow up and you got to
Right.
realize like you're damn lucky to have a chick that bad. Like that's
yeah.
all it is.
Wait for the culture, man. I can't. This is what young dudes are thinking now. Like you got to neg the girl you're trying to be with, try to keep her with you. Like, bro, it's like just
No.
be that guy.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't want to leave. And if she does leave, you get another one. But just be that guy. That's the only option here. You just got to be that guy. You can't, negging and trying to emotionally manipulate her and you know what I'm saying, playing all these mind games. But that's messed up.
Man.
So okay, so that gives more context to it, right? So I'm like, So this person gave little to no regard of your feelings. What makes you, so concerned about theirs?
Oh, great question. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She says, I mean, you're right, but damn, I'm just too nice sometimes, I'm like, yes, you are. And some people will take advantage of that if you let them. At least you came to the right decision naturally. What did he say exactly though? Because I'm nosy. I want to know exactly what he said, at this point. Like he just said something.
Yeah.
What triggered this lack of attraction?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she goes, I forgot the exact terminology, which I haven't figured it out, but I was in front of the mirror just doing a final check before heading out, and there was something along the lines of, okay, don't think too highly of yourself. You look all right. So I was like, damn, okay.
Wow. Man. Oh, that type of
man.
guy.
Man, guys like that can go somewhere else, man.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, how do I keep
I know you censor everything.
Yeah.
You put the dolphin noise, but I'm just saying,
They can
like, like if that was me, and like my girl was looking like that, I'd be like, you know what, dinner can wait. We handling business right now. You're
Exactly.
too damn good for me not to handle business right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying.
That makes more sense. Like you actually I feel like if more dudes, this is why I look at these things like with from a third person's perspective. I know I wouldn't do something stupid like this, but when I hear people say like a lot of these women online, unfortunately, they say that men they don't like women. Like if this dude is saying something like that, like I can understand where they can get that sentiment. If that's the case, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, if I'm think I'm dressed up, my girl tell me, "Oh, you look all right." You know, I think I'm looking good. Like, damn, do you like me? Like,
Right.
are you attracted to me? Type of thing. It's kind of sad. It's upsetting, actually. It's upsetting that this narrative being perpetuated by dudes like this. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
she said. And then he judged me at the bar because of the way I was leaning with one leg up against the wall. But I literally do that all the
What?
time to give my feet a break since I wear uncomfortable but cute shoes.
What is this
Weird.
guy on, bro?
I don't know. And then, and girls keep receipts. So I read this study. I read this study specifically that women respond more to negative emotions, like negative comments, negative emotions, and then
Mhm.
men respond more to positive. It's kind of the whole thing. It's like women remember like negative comments to them, like how men remember positive comments. Like when somebody gives you a compliment about the way you look, usually as a guy, you
Mhm.
usually keep that. And a girl told me like 3 years ago she liked my beard. I have never shaved my beard since. I've always kept it. Like,
That's fair.
it's just
You're
yeah.
pretty too
So
patchy, in my opinion.
you can't even grow one. So shut up.
That's fine.
Anyway,
You're just too patchy. I think you need to do
I
something.
was gonna say it's about to be real quiet in my corner. Shit.
yes, baby faced assassin. Anyways,
Yes, sir.
okay. So then the last part.
I don't know. And also to
what?
gotta go back. Hell no, Master. Remember the day you called me fat? Oh wow! You talk
I
about
was
this
to
whole
encourage you. I don't call you fat now. You welcome. Anyways,
Hey.
I just saying more. You respond more. So I didn't say you respond at all. Like men do respond to negative comments, obviously.
Yeah.
Like you, it just changed your life, I guess. But positive comments, they usually hold on to those more. Like somebody told me, I remember in like 4th grade, a girl told me I had nice eyelashes. I remember that that kind of concept. Girls respond more to the negative. So like you do something positive for them, they'll remember it for the most part, but the negative they'll definitely remember more. So
Yeah.
you definitely got to be more careful. And I feel like I just kind of marketing the difference between men and women a little bit. So then he said, and he just looked bored. So I asked him, and he admitted that I was boring and that I wasn't the best company in car rides. Why are you?
So
I can't
I feel like
imagine.
he's not that interested. Like she was worried about letting him down
Right.
because she thinks he's so interested, but I feel like these are clear signs that he at least thinks he could do better.
Right.
And like
Or
he
it could be
deserves
part of
better.
that mentality of, or it could be that mentality of like, let me continue bringing her down.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is a terrible thing. So
it is very terrible.
Yeah, it makes sense along the line of this commentary that if he would, bring her down like physically, I mean, mentally, oh, you're not that attractive and you're boring, to kind of keep her, oh, like, please, please be with me. I'm so terrible.
Yeah,
Right.
it kind of that mentality of like try to make her feel like she ain't shit.
Right.
So
Okay.
no,
Fair enough. That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point. Interesting. I was like, so now at this point, I'm like, when did this trip happen? Like, because put it into context here, because like you said, it seems like it was bad since then. I mean, I'm thinking it happened like this weekend, a couple days ago or something like that.
Yeah.
She said August 18th to 19th. That was
a month ago.
Yeah.
Why are you still talking to him for a month after that?
Honestly, I would have ended it like right after that experience, that weekend. I would have been like, just so you know, like that wasn't cool. I'm not feeling it anymore.
Well, yeah. Make sure you get home first.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm
not trying to get no Uber from San Diego back to wherever you
I
live.
was gonna say,
Right.
that ain't doing it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, obviously it should have happened right after then. But again, she said, people pleaser type of person. Maybe for some reason she thought, I don't know what she thought. I can't even make a sentence there. She said after that he started complimenting me and started becoming clingy. To be honest, so maybe there's some context missing here. I don't again.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So I obviously asked the obvious question: y'all sleep together? Like, is that like She said they shared the same bed but didn't do it. I'm just like, why not? But so I think that was the end. No, I was like, okay, gotcha. That's weird. Negging is usually done with a girl you're just going to smash and not date. But what I understand, 3 months is a long time to just be talking. Do you talk about? Did you talk about being official before? And it was like he's just said if this turns into a relationship.
That's a kind of a
So
doubtful way to say it, anyway.
yeah, there's something I have changed my opinion on recently because I thought women were the one who knew from the get go if they wanted to be with a guy and not
Mhm.
men. I've completely flipped that with my own experience. My girlfriend now, I knew on the first date I wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know when you guys made it, but I'm
Well,
contending that
I
what
kind of feel like when it comes to dating, I mean, you're dating with the intentions of trying to see if you're compatible with someone. Like, you should
right,
already go with the mindset of like, I want to be with this person potentially.
right,
So, I
Yeah.
mean, for something to go on for like a duration of 3 months, it's kind of like, you know. But then again, I mean, I've been in situations where I've prolonged things for like a way too long.
hmm
right.
That's because I was content where I was. So,
Yeah.
which I don't think is the case in this situation. But
Yeah.
Fair enough. But I've heard a lot, more recently, like guys kind of know sooner rather than later if they actually want to be with you. I know I did. Yeah, once you get to that point in
wait, is this
life,
like new or something? Because I swear that should have always been a thing. I knew
Yeah.
from back in the day where if I
to
was
me it
talking to a
wasn't.
chick, I wanted to be with her.
To me
Right.
it wasn't. To me, and I've heard people actually say like, "Oh, it was like women know initially," when they actually don't. For the most part, I mean, they kind of like feeling it out. A lot of their opinions can change. I mean, that fits more into what I've seen from women in my life and
hmm
watching these women talk about online, how they jump between ideas and things like that, and looking at studies of how women think, and as far as men think, kind of a straight line. It makes more sense to me now. I don't know why I didn't catch it earlier, but it makes more sense to me now that guys kind of know from the beginning if they want to be with you or not. That statement of if this turns to a relationship, I mean that's a more indecisive type of statement. He should know, you know. To
hmm
me, it's like I tell everybody, speaking into existence.
Right.
Oh, when we get together, when we make it official.
Yeah.
That's more solid kind of conversation. This type of if this turns into a relationship, that's like I mean it's kind of up to you, bro.
Yeah.
It's
You gotta
it's kind of
you gotta
who you
actually like
talking to.
take the right steps too. Like,
Right.
honestly, in today's dating world, it's usually more on the guy to like make that transition into making it official. Like, usually the guy
Hmm.
asks the girl, to be his girlfriend, and you gotta take the steps to set yourself up for success. Now, if you're doubting it from the get go, saying if this turns into a relationship, like you already don't think it's gonna work. You should
Right.
be confident in what you bring to the table, and you should be confident that she actually likes you.
Right.
I mean, it's
That's very
apparent that this guy has issues.
Yeah, that's true.
true. Very funny story, real quick. Actually, my girl now, when I asked her to be my girlfriend, she makes fun of me to this day.
Oh
But the way
man.
I said it, I was like, "Do you want to date me?" She says it exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, that's she told me like, "Oh, the dating thing. We're already dating." I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then let's be together. Then, like,
Yeah.
what's up? Whatever you know, what I'm trying to say. Dang
Yeah.
it. Let's do
So like
that.
lock it down. Final answer.
Right.
That's
Right.
it. Close it.
Right. But I kind of knew like that first date talking to her.
hmm
I want to make this girl my girl, basically.
Yeah.
And I kind of made steps. We went like 2, 3 more dates, but at that I kind of made my mind up. So then I kind of I cut everybody else off. You know what I'm saying? I had to close my stable up.
Oh yeah.
Had to get rid of the other ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Make a couple phone calls. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As a, close the chick. Close it up. But to make it official. But so that right there, I mean, kind of get
Might it
all
be
this.
more the encyclopedia?
It's like yeah, it is pretty big. You're right. It's big. It's big. No.
What do you mean? It's like 0.5 volume.
No, what are you talking about, bro?
Encyclopedias are about like volumes. Yours is like 0.5. You don't get a whole
Oh my
whole
god,
volume
you got
like
the whole
that.
encyclopedia, bro. What's up?
Yeah, you got like a quarter.
This man's got a
Haters, they
he's
hate
got
us.
a college
They hate us because they ain't
notebook.
us. Wow. So I guess to end that would be, you really, in this case, Rachel, you shouldn't have any problem telling this guy it's not working out, and God bless, basically.
Yeah.
Nothing in his conversation suggests that he deserved any more than that. Honestly, he didn't seem all that interested in you to begin with.
Yeah.
Just what you think. Basically, it'd be one thing if it was just this guy was head over heels in love with you, kind of just he was love bombing you, you just wasn't feeling it, which I've seen from women plenty of times.
Yeah.
And so that could be harder. This, you should have no concern whatsoever. Hey, man, it's not working out. I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
God bless. Have a good life.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty cut and dry. I'm gonna send this to her so hopefully she sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say.
You're right.
I'm gonna say.
Leave the dude on his birthday now.
Yeah.
Wear your best outfit because you can do it in person.
Yeah.
Slay that outfit.
Yeah. Wear that same outfit from.
Tell
San
his
Diego.
ass he's boring, and walk away.
That's true.
Right. What I say about
Yeah.
All right.
People's Court.
What do you guys think?
Rachel is not for the streets. She's a nice girl. People's Court says that dude don't deserve you.
Right. All right. What do you guys think about the situation? Let us know in the comment section. Anything we might have missed or got right, got wrong. Let us know. We're here. We take those podcasts. Zach. I'll say Zach and Cody. Zach and Rick and David. Thank you very much. You're like a Cody, bro. We're out.
Oh man.